Hello, this is the BBC News with Fiona MacDonald. There have been large explosions at 3 churches in Sri Lanka during Easter services. St Anthony's Church in the Kochikade district of Colombo, St Sebastian's in Negombo and a church in Batikalo in the east of the country have all been targeted. There are reports of 20 people killed in Colombo and at least 280 people injured. A doctor at Batikalo told the BBC that 27 people had been killed there and a further 75 hurt in the explosion. Photos on social media show scenes of devastation. Blasts have also been reported at 3 hotels in Colombo. Azam Amin is outside St Anthony's Church.
Nobody is going inside because they are suspecting there is another bag, something like an explosive bag inside. So they are really on alert at the moment. So there is bomb squad have arrived. The people I spoke, they said there are dead bodies inside. It's not clear exactly what's really happening, but I've spoken to the church authorities. They said there were many who had come to the prayers in the morning, and when the blast took place, they are hearing similar reports around the country in Batikalo, in other area in Negombo, where I've seen pictures, where a lot of devastation has happened.
Police in Ukraine are voting in a presidential election that could see a comedian and TV star become their new leader. Volodymyr Zelensky, who until this campaign had no political experience, is challenging the current president, Petro Poroshenko. Jonah Fisher is in Kiev.
Mr Zelensky is a well-known entertainer, but quite what, if anything, he stands for politically has not become clear during the election campaign. Ukraine is fighting a war against Russian-backed forces in its east, and President Poroshenko has repeatedly stressed the need for someone with political experience to be in charge. Unfortunately for Mr Poroshenko, all the surveys show that Ukrainians are fed up with their politicians.
After talks in Sudan, military and civilian leaders have agreed to continue negotiations to ensure a peaceful transfer of power. A spokesman for the protesters said they'd clarified their key demand for a civilian government to replace the Transitional Military Council. There are meanwhile reports the military authorities have arrested several of the most senior figures from the party of the deposed President Omar al-Bashir. Mohanad Hashim is in Khartoum.
The list that has emerged is a list that includes 8 people. They include the former Vice President Ali Osman Muhammad Taha, former presidential advisor and head of the National Congress Party of Political Affairs Nafi' Ali Nafi', and the acting head of the National Congress Party, Ahmed Haroun. Now, if this list that is reported by Reuters, if confirmed, this is very significant.
World News from the BBC. Survivors of one of the United States' worst school shootings have spoken at a remembrance ceremony in Denver to mark the 20th anniversary of the attack. 13 people died in the killings at Columbine High School. One former student who was paralysed after being shot during the attack and falling from a window said no one from the school or surrounding community had emerged unscathed. In a video message, Bill Clinton, who was president at the time, said he would never forget meeting survivors in the immediate aftermath of the shooting. People in North Macedonia are voting in a presidential election. It's the first poll in the country since it changed its name, ending a long-running dispute with neighbouring Greece, and the issue has dominated the presidential campaign. There are 3 candidates for the largely ceremonial post. The main Easter Sunday celebration in Paris will be held at the Church of Saint Eustache following Monday's devastating fire at Notre Dame Cathedral. BBC's Hugh Schofield reports from Paris.
Over the last few days, the Easter week services that should have been held at Notre Dame have been transferred to the Church of Saint-Sulpice on Paris's left bank. For the main Sunday celebration, though, the authorities have chosen the Church of Saint-Eustache, next to the shopping centre of Les Halles. It's a large 16th century church where Louis XIV, the Sun King, had his first communion and can hold 2,000 worshippers. The service will be conducted by the Archbishop of Paris, Michel Aupetit, and the choir of Notre Dame will sing.
A survey of stolen passwords has found that millions of people are ignorant about online security, using easy-to-hack combinations across multiple accounts. The data gathered by the UK's National Cyber Security Centre found that the most widely used password was 123456, with a total of 23 million users. Others in the top 5 included the word password and a row of 7 ones. Premier football teams are also popular. BBC News.